What is up, all? Welcome back to Mindset Bytes. This is episode 7, and on Fridays, I'm going to try to do these video recordings so that you guys can have access to them on YouTube or all of my social media platforms. So if you're watching online, please feel free to like and subscribe, follow, whatever the option is to support. I really, really appreciate y'all. So for episode 7, let's dive right into it. I know you probably know this to a certain extent, but how you start your morning pretty much determines how you're going to experience your day and also how you're going to move throughout your day. So why don't we take the time to craft our morning routine and even our evening routine sometimes, right? Which maybe I'll do a separate episode on. But why don't we craft them in the same way that we plan for our workouts, our workday, our business? Like, why aren't we not setting up a plan for these things? Because everything that I've ever read talks about how these high-level entrepreneurs, these really successful people, start their day in a way that it sets them up for success throughout their day and throughout their week and throughout their month and throughout their year. And over the last couple of years, I've kind of made it a mission of mine to cultivate or to create the most optimal morning routine for myself. And if you follow me on any of my other social media platforms, you can go online and check out my Miracle Mindset morning cheat sheet. And I'll put the link below in this video. But I have, over the last 3 to 4 years, really tried to create and cultivate a healthy morning routine for myself that helps me optimize throughout my day as a business owner, but also helps me anchor into who I want to be as a person throughout my life. So I want to give you the 3 habits that I started to change in the beginning that were so helpful for me in creating a solid morning routine that set me up for my day. The number one thing I did, that it's going to sound so silly, but I started leaving my phone outside of my bedroom charging, and I don't touch it until around 9 a.m. as far as looking at social media or checking any of my messages, unless I'm supposed to meet up with a friend or go to do something. But before 9 a.m., that's me time. And I want to anchor into myself, whether that's reading personal development, whether it's reading my devotion, whether it's doing my gratitude journaling. Not being on my phone before 9 a.m. really helps me stay centered and focused on me. The second thing I started doing was journaling. And for me, I avoid a lot of the emotions or things that I experience throughout my day to be able to make it through. And what journaling has done is it has allowed me to check in with myself and ask myself, what have I not processed through in the last 24 hours that maybe I'm still holding on to? And then number 3 is I do some intention setting. And this week I talked about it in a few other episodes, my 3x3x3 method, and then also the 1% better. So if you need to go back and listen to those episodes, I think that'll be really helpful. But I always want to take some time to really be focused on what it is that I'm working towards today. Because if I get too focused on what I'm working towards in the next year, then I get really distracted. I get too far ahead of myself. But if I can focus on what I want to be intentional about today and how I want to feel today and what I'm grateful for today, it really allows me to stay anchored and centered within myself. So my question for you is what part of your morning routine needs to be shifted or changed so that you can set yourself up for success throughout your day? Maybe that is not looking at your phone or getting an alarm clock and waking yourself up that way. Maybe it is taking that extra 5 minutes in the morning to just sit in silence and be by yourself. Maybe it is taking a walk in the morning instead of sitting there and scrolling on your phone. But I guess the one action step or the one action item I would want for you to focus on is, what can you start to take out of your morning routine that isn't working for you anymore? How can you audit what your mornings look like and figure out what isn't working for me right now and what can I start to put in place of those things that could be more helpful or more aligned with what it is that I want for myself. So I know that was a little bit longer episode today, but I hope you all have a great rest of your Friday and have an awesome weekend. We'll do it again on Monday.